Yes, we are back. Yes, we are back at the Skylarks field. Yes, we are. And I'm going to be flying something pretty sexy, pretty rapid, because Richard Hill wanted me to fly one. Yes, it's the EFXtra, if I can say that correct. Yes. It's going to be crazy, and I'm scared, because it's a small plane, and you know, I don't really like small planes. I prefer the big, heavy things. But we're going to do it because the sun is out. I'm finally at the field. We've even got Mark down here on his heli. Oh yes, let's have a quick look at Mark. So what we got here, Mark? What heli you got here?
Well, this is a Trek 600E
Nice.
DFC Pro, but it's quite a few years old. It's got to be 10 years old.
10 years old and it's still going, all electric.
Yeah, hopefully.
That looks pretty sexy. I'm liking it. Hey up.
Maybe some editing required in that flight.
That was good, Mark, even when I could see it. Oh yes, there you go. Slight shootage of a helicopter. I mean, I'm not very good at this like long zoom camera, and trying to follow Mark on that helicopter was just epic, absolute funky stuff going on. But we're not here for the helicopter, no. I was waiting because there's a tractor around the corner that's putting stakes in the ground. And yes, we're just waiting till he goes, because I don't know how this flight's going to go at all. Let's have a look, see, shall we? Right, making it unsafe. Right, tell me ready. Ready? Okay. Okay. Right, so we've been walking around the undergrowth, and it literally is undergrowth. I'm waiting for a snake to jump out at me. And Mark thinks he's found it. Where is it? Nice transmitter. Yeah, the actual transmitter finds it for me. Ah, look at this. In the power of all this long grass is literally coming up to my groin. And she's landed. It's landed itself. I've just lost half there. That's not bad, is it? And that's just popped out. And my camera's oh dear, camera. So there's the camera base. Here's the camera base. So it must take a hit. And there's like a cover. So once again, we do need Paul Heckle's retrieval vehicle for my camera. So, but we don't, and there it is. There we go. The run cam, indestructible. And this one's a 4K, so this will be interesting. And it's still running. Oh dear. I knew that was going to happen. And it was all perfect. It was the right CG. It was balanced. rates were correct. Large rates for going off, small rates for flying about. But I think I know what happened. Here she is, there you go. So that popped back in. Let's put the green side. This wing popped back in, absolutely fine. The front nose, she did crack, as you can see. The engine was pulled in, but I pulled the engine out and that will glue again. And absolutely fine. I'm sure if I powered her up she would work. But do I want to? I don't think it's for me. It's really not. And obviously because I've cracked the nose, I don't think anybody would probably want it. Now, what is the issue, Chris, you're saying? Now, I don't know if hopefully I can get this in the camera. If I take this off. Now, it's a great plane, by the way, and you can put an FPV module in there and everything else. The trouble is, before I'd done too much filming, I went and flown, flew. Anyway, right. As you can see, it's got an Admiral 2200 in there, as you can see right at the front. I hope you can see in there. Now see where I've had to put the transmitter. Now I'm going to do a picture here. Here's a picture, close-up picture. Right, so we can see where I've had the transmitter. I think that what had happened is that this had moved. This had moved. So if I can just see, I can't really see, but that has moved and stopped me from coming out the loop. So the elevators got stuck in that position, and I was constantly doing a loop to loop to loop, and basically I had to cut the power and try and steer her into the ground. She has got a bit of a dent on there. I have lost one of the plastic bits at the end, because you get one of those. So to be honest here, she took a hit. I mean, all that long grass that was literally up to my groin, and she lands on the patch. I mean, come on. Well, there you go, another short day at the airfield. It is what it is, but I'm annoyed to myself because obviously I do try and be as safe as possible, and I'm lucky that there wasn't any bystanders about and stuff like that. But see little things like that that can happen, can cause dramaticness. It made me dizzy. Anyway, going round and round and round. But there you go, a stuck elevator, and I tried to come out of it. It just didn't happen. Yeah, it wasn't a lot I could do really if it was just spinning round and round and round. Yeah, very tight space in there. If I'm sure that if I'd have done something, I mean, I thought I'd be able to put that in a different place when I was firing up and testing the receiver, should I say, the receiver at home, and yeah, I should have put it in there. Maybe I could have put some toothpicks. But this is why on all my birds that you see, I always make some sort of cover that covers those servos, so that you can rest stuff on top of the servos, and all the workings and mechanics underneath are fine. I was looking at when I was putting it in there, but it felt quite safe in between the two bits of foam in there. But obviously, whether it's the throw, the jerk of the throw, or just a whip or something happened, I'm not too sure. But it was okay for the launch. I mean, I did have it on high rates to take off. And then when it took off in the air, I put it to low rates. But then as soon as it went round, whipped round, I have no idea. But I do know one thing. It crashed. Yes, it did. The maiden crash of the EFXtra. And she's back. She's back in the hangar. There she is. I mean, she's okay. She would live to fly another day. I'm sure she would. I mean, it's not that bad under there. It really isn't. A bit of, well, I don't know about the cowl, the plastic cowl, but I'm sure that'll go glue back again. You probably need to do another edge of that, but then again, you can probably 3D print something like that. As I say, they're there to protect the wings, but both tips have gone, so I'm not sure how she landed, whether she cartwheeled or whatever else. I can't really see it on the camera. But yes, so that, so annoying, because I think that almost gets stuck in between. There you go. So, a lesson learnt the hard way. Thankfully that no one was hurt in the making of this movie. No animals were hurt. Maybe a couple of gnats or something. Anyway, so we're all planning for next Friday, maybe sooner if I can, to do another maiden. We're going to do a bigger bird this time. I'm getting through the birds that I want to do. Asa, yeah, that's going to come. I just need to find a bird that I'm really comfortable with to practice. So yeah, I've got some time coming up soon, so hopefully the weather will be kind to me and I'll be up there every day practicing. That's what I need to do, or at least every Friday or every weekend if work doesn't intervene. But hey, Anyway, it is fantastic in the UK this weekend. Yes, it's a bit blustery like today. It was kind of very windy today. That wouldn't have helped, but anyway, it's still flyable. It still can have fun. But if you can get out anywhere in the world and get out and have fantastic fun and enjoy this wonderful, wonderful hobby, this RC hobby, even if you crash, it's still fun. But anyway, if you do get out, keep safe now, and also be safe, and make sure you check your receiver that it's not moving about, unlike me. Anyway, thanks for popping by, and have a great weekend. See you now. Ta-ra.